gentlemen.
I almost died tonight.
Good. I saw that.
Hold hold the fucking
That's the
bus.
second time he's done that.
That's the second time he's done this. We've been prepped. We're prepped. We're good. New cables.
Douched.
New cable. We're good to go. Just about to launch into my fabulous diatribe about starting the show, and you steam in with a completely unrelated fucking comment.
So what you're saying is you don't care?
I don't give a fuck. How did you nearly die? What
I
happened?
care.
I do care.
Think of the fucking party.
Oh, good point. Go, show.
There's no shortage of miscreants in this world, Sheriff.
The Legion of the Storyman Legion!
For the Legion of Extraordinary Miscreants, famous for their sins and their whiskey sins. They laugh in the face of the law, 'cause they had nothing to lose at all. Nothing to lose at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome along to the Legion of Extraordinary Miscreants with me, of course, the hostess with the mostess, and the your internet daddy, Scott the Sasquatch Taylor, joined as usual by my wonderful compatriots in crime. It is, of course, the Boris. Boris, how the hell are you doing, sir?
Hi, I'm good.
Oh, that was a very delicate high. I like
Very.
that.
I know, I'm feeling delicate today. I'm feeling a bit
I can
calm.
feel the blood already swelling towards my groin when
I'm happy.
as well.
I'm happy, and I just thought I'll tone it down today.
Okay. Happy.
I'll add a smile to my voice.
I do like a joyous Boris when it comes to doing a podcast. And of course, speaking of joyous, we do have, of course, Tiny the Giant. Tiny, how are you doing, sir, apart from nearly dying?
I'm scared of nice Boris.
I know.
It's
He's got that smile that you see in a pack of Top Nonce. You know, that kind of worrying.
Where is that?
Oh, no. Top Nonce has gone missing. Oh, that could be a fun
I'll be in a
thing to
cupboard.
one.
Oh,
hidden
it
away.
was tidied up because there was kids kicking about.
Was there?
Is that?
In case you had guests.
Oh, we don't want the kids seeing it.
No, you don't want the kids seeing it.
It's here, it's here.
Oh, it's okay. We're saved. Day saved.
Oh,
Day saved.
Jesus.
Holy shit. Folks, so
Bad crack.
can we just start off the show by addressing yourself, of course, going back to your good self and asking how exactly... Oh, Boris, can you never stand like that again, pal?
That was
Your
a
ears
lot of
are
butt crack.
falling, hanging the way down, pal. I nearly saw the future in there.
I've got bonkers
involves
on my
me
past.
plunging a fucking... So, Tiny, you nearly died.
I nearly died.
What the hell happened?
So this evening I made a
Your
fairly...
wife finally realised that you're really irritating and thought, I'm going to stab this cunt right in the heart.
I did get a really abusive message from her earlier, but it was entirely my own doing.
Okay.
But no, that didn't nearly kill me. What nearly killed me was my own cooking.
Oh, nice.
In fact, what happened was I made a fairly passable lentil soup for the family this evening.
Okay,
All
nice.
right? And
Lentil
I
soup,
went
good
in
choice.
for a second
Stodge.
bowl, thinking, I should probably line my stomach before I meet you two cunts.
Okay, okay.
And then I was thinking, it needs a bit of a kick. So I put one of my hot sauces,
Oh, nice.
shook it,
Okay.
took off the
Okay.
lid, and then as I started pouring a couple of dribbles, as you do with the really
Yeah,
hot
yeah.
sauce, the one that says, do not consume in excess,
Yes.
my dog bumped into me, and
Fuck the whole tub into there.
pretty much. And then I sat down and I thought, I'm not going to waste it.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Good,
And
good
then,
man.
And then my dear wife had to bring me milk. She had to fan me. I had hiccups.
Oh,
In fact, I had hiccups
I hate that.
when I was pulling into the car park here today still from this incident. And I have the most severe heartburn right now. There's a good chance I'll vomit on both of you.
I am gutted that we didn't put plastic sheets down.
I am glad that we haven't drawn straws and who's giving a mouth to mouth first.
Oh, you do not want to go near any of my orifices, mate. Yeah.
Don't you just make assumptions like that.
I know.
My
it
ears,
depends.
fine.
I'll tell you which orifices I
It
want.
depends if it's a well-lubed show, and I mean by the alcohol. Speaking of well-lubed shows, the last one, of course, we had a few sherries in
A
the
couple
Caravan of
shandies.
Chaos here, a couple of shandies. And speaking about Bernie fluids, we'd gone inside, and of course, your the top heavy lovely had left out a soiree of dips and crisps and such as well.
yes.
And there was, of course, the little rotating bowl of
Hot
hot
sauces.
sauces.
That was incredible.
And so I followed Tiny's lead because Tiny, of course, he's one of those guests like doesn't just like assumes.
Yeah.
Listen, he went straight for that. But he was fucking handfuls of crisps.
I without even
Without even saying, like, with a bit of politeness, can I maybe have a couple of these? Fuck it. I'm like, well, if he's going for it, I'm going for it too.
Yeah,
you
no,
know?
I mean, they were
So
there
we
for us.
fired in. and I was testing out some of your birthday hot sauces.
Yeah.
And some of them delightful.
They are.
Some of them are lovely. Some of them should not see human consumption.
No.
But generally, good fare, you see, you know?
There's one that's black that
Yeah.
Big Jeff got me, and it does say that it's the hottest one that this company makes. It's fucking horrendous.
It was her.
Burns your teeth.
Well, I did the.
Even your teeth hurt. Like,
Because I poured a bit of it on like a Dorito, I think it was, and the other chips are available. And I poured a bit of that, but I over poured it. I was like,
Yeah.
I'll be fine. It's not that much more.
It's not.
Nearly fucking died.
Yeah, it's horrible.
And I was trying to do the hard man thing. You're like, I'm fine, and your tears, and you can't speak properly.
sweating.
You're sweating, you know.
Yeah.
Tiny, who knows his hot sauce, is looking down at me like, yeah,
Yeah. School by error.
pure sweet innocent child. You've learned a lesson today. You know?
Always read the label.
And that one kept evolving. That was I remember.
Yeah,
trying to get going.
a good half hour after
Yeah,
you've eaten
yeah.
it, it's still
It's like getting building in
develops.
intensity.
And it was.
I love it. I
But
love
yeah,
that
no, it's really tasty.
Yeah.
It's just fucking horrendous.
shit. Yeah, painful.
Oh, and it was trained in the art of ninjutsu to some respects too, because it would calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
And you think, that's great, I'm past the worst of it. I'll go and get a seat now with a beer. And next thing, whammo! It's got you right again in the teeth. You're like, what the fuck is going on with my
comes back
face?
and gets
know?
you. Like, it's
Brutal as
delicious,
hell, man.
though.
It's good stuff, but nobody, again, going back to the hot sauces, nobody warns you though, like, because the next day, of course, you're up and you've got a bit of a hangover and you're starting around, you know, and I'm going to go for that morning dump, you know,
Yeah.
and but you forget that you've consumed like a half gallon of various hot sauces the night before, so when you go for that morning dump, it just comes out like you're shitting cactus.
The piece is on fire.
Oh my god, man! And the kids are like, kids ran to the house to get their mother because I was howling in the bottom in the downstairs bath. Daddy's in pain, and I'm like, no, I'm okay. I'm okay, and fucking raging.
You took a shit here yesterday, actually.
I did,
And about an
yeah.
hour and a half later, I'm upstairs, and it was still fucking stinking.
Was it?
It was
Oh,
wild.
man. So what I did, Tiny, was I made a point of using their upstairs bathroom. They did offer me the downstairs bathroom, but that's well trafficked. I thought,
Yeah.
I don't want to do it there because I knew fine that I was fucking rotten yesterday.
Yeah.
Because obviously, you
It
know,
was
I had
bad.
some Beerios. I was fucking... So I thought, I'll go up to the master bathroom, you see, and...
That's the one near the bedroom, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
right by the
Yeah,
bedroom.
yeah.
So up to them, here's what you do, right? And evil genius is you go in there and straight away you shut all the windows, right? Windows shut, right? Fucking you
Duct tape round the seals.
you close the vent, right? You make sure that any plug-in air fresheners are unplugged, right? You release the godforsaken quantities of your bowels. You try not to pass out. You then leave the door and you pull the door firmly behind you. If you get a chance, lay a towel at the very bottom there just to secure all that scent inside so that it can't escape. So then, of course, when, you know, Boris and his good lady then go for themselves for their ablutions, suddenly they're hit with a wall of stuffs of like fermented stank nonetheless. You know, it's
bad,
so-
it's just, and I think for me it's a case of, you know, when you love and respect people, you can do this to them. You know, like
You can share every aspect of your life.
Exactly.
I took a shit the other day. I started telling you this, but I refrained because I thought I'll save it for Tiny as well. His reaction.
Oh, dear.
I took a shit the other week. And have you ever had a shit and you've thought it smells like a public toilet?
Yes.
Yes. And what the
Yeah.
fuck is that? So I did this monstrous mess, and it was fucking stinking, and it was bad. I remember thinking to myself, it smells like a public toilet. 2 minutes later,
Amazing.
THL arrives upstairs and she is cowking. And she said, "What the fuck is that smell? It's like an overflowing sanitary towel bin." I've never
Holy
had it likened to that.
Fermented and stale
just-
vagina blood.
Good, yeah.
Oh,
Fabulous.
So I was out. Our Legion had their big unveiling.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Last week, week and a bit ago
Yeah.
now.
so just to clarify for those listeners who aren't in the area, of course, the old Meldrum British Legion,
Royal
which
British
was damn near death at one point.
Yeah.
It had a very old school kind of committee involved with it. They weren't making money; they were losing money hand over fist. They couldn't afford to heat the place. It was on the it was minutes away from getting fucking
we
shut.
said that it was going to shut.
And then Tiny, of course, you were part of the kind of like group of folk who got together and were like trying to save the place and formed a new committee. And
Oh, were
and-
you?
He was there from day one. But
I didn't
you
know
were there
that.
at the first meetings. weren't you,
I have.
Bertie?
I wasn't actively involved. I was trying to guide and
Yeah.
steer things from a distance,
Yeah,
but
just-
yeah.
With his
But being
business
being
acumen.
there and trying to help.
But yeah, so the
much as
new
possible.
committee come in place and they've made some sweeping, some great changes.
fucking stunning.
The
It
bar
looks
looks
really good.
far better.
Yeah, it's
they're now
gorgeous.
they're moving away
It's
from
almost
targeting.
too high class for us now.
Probably.
Getting
to be
that
fair.
away a bit.
They need to figure out how to let people drink outside as well. That was a big thing. We kept getting shunted back in.
Wee beer garden would be nice.
Yeah.
But just making
True.
it attractive to younger people is the big
Yeah,
key there.
yeah.
Because
Well, Actually,
Yeah, sorry.
funnily enough, so I was drinking with two younger people because you cunts decided that it's too busy, don't like it.
fucking right.
Shit,
Too many
fuck
people
me.
in front of you.
We put our head in the door and immediately left. Like,
Goodbye.
no, it's too people-y. No.
There's at least 10 folk in there.
Yeah, fuck that noise.
Fucking-
I'm too old for that shit. Socializing, no thank you.
So I was drinking with these two, let's call them mid-30s skater men.
Okay.
And we'll call them skater man.
Yeah.
And he was telling a story that kind of fits in with what you just described. Him and a couple of his lads were at touring somewhere, and they had a B&B.
Yeah.
And they ran out of toilet paper, unbeknownst to one of them who got caught short.
Yeah.
And it was 2-3 in the morning. They're all
Yeah.
blasted. 6 sheets to the wind.
Yeah.
Most people are unconscious, and one of them goes for a shit and realizes there's no toilet paper. So
Okay.
he cracks open the door in the dark and reaches out and finds whatever he can lay his hand on.
Fabric.
And finds a piece of fabric,
Okay, nice.
wipes
nice.
up,
Uh-huh.
and then decides, this is somebody's item of clothing. So what do I do with it? He shoves it behind the radiator in the
Oh,
lounge.
that's a bad
Folds
choice.
it up and shoves it behind the radiator because out of sight, out of mind. And then they forget
Until they
about it.
come on.
Obviously, nobody missing this item of clothing
That's
because
fantastic.
they're all and then that evening the heating comes on
Yeah.
in the B&B and the smell
It's
is horrific. And so they're trying to chase down this smell, and finally they found this T-shirt
Holy shit.
hold up behind.
That's
But at this
horrendous.
point, they can't do anything about the
Pretty
smell.
fucking
The
bad.
smell is
No, it's everywhere.
So
That's
Oh.
fantastic.
I know a man who shat in a fucking bag. You know those like freezer bags you get?
Yeah.
Shat in the bag
Yeah.
and perforated with a couple of holes and then duct taped it behind a radiator in one of his pals' houses.
grim.
And of course that's just
Fucking
cooking.
hell.
You know, and that smell is just it's only a couple of small holes. It's just permeating slowly out into the atmosphere.
Fucking
But as time
hell.
goes by, that shit's it's cooking, it's heating up, it's just, and he said eventually the guy had to leave the house for like a week. So like, I can't go in there, the smell, I'm being sick, my eyes are burning, I can't fucking do it. They had to call in a professional cleaning company who found the bag of Jobby.
Wow.
By this point now, very well cooked.
Yeah.
You know, like the bag's all shrinkled, the shit inside's all kind of like leaking out, like, oh, fucking hell. Horrible bastards.
That's ace.
I mean,
Men
I
are disgusting.
I have in the past like duct tape chicken breasts behind a man's radiator. A guy who, a former friend, surprisingly a former friend. I don't know why, but I think we put chicken breasts behind his radiators. We also, while he was on holiday in Florida, we broke into his house and filled every room with fucking balloons, like proper filled balloons.
Brilliant.
Every room filled, and in those balloons though, there was maybe about per room about 4 or 5 balloons that were full of water
Yeah.
in amongst all the balloons. So he came home and he was fucking raging. So his flatmate was like, "Did you guys do the balloons?" Because he's going fucking apeshit. He was opening windows and heaving them outside, screaming and raging. The neighbours came and complained because the garden was full of balloons. Because he eventually goes and gets a knife and starts stabbing the balloons to pop them all. But he's like furious, like red-faced anger. Fucking balloons! Stop! And he hits a balloon that's water-filled. And this thing,
It's-
boosh, explodes. And he's standing there with this fucking blade in his hand, dripping wet. And the flatmate, who is a guy called Ricker, was like, I've never seen a man go as incandescent with rage, just like screaming at the sky. Ah! With
So this-
fucking blade in his hand. Like, he says, honestly, if you boys had been here, you'd be dead. He'd stab you.
This guy's just got no sense of humour, eh?
Like, no sense of humour.
Fuck
You
him.
know?
But we used to drink in a pub in Perth. It was our local, and it got a big revamp, and it ruined the place. Doesn't matter. That's irrelevant. So one of my friends, and I will name him because he lives abroad now, Ben, he was one of the contractors that was involved in the remodel, and he fucking hated the cunt that owned this pub. And he used to bang the guy's daughter and everything, purely because he didn't like her. I'm sorry, the owner. Just so that it was like, fucking your daughter. Anyway,
nice.
so they boxed in a heap of pipes behind the bar. They had to box them in, and they put a heap of fish and hard-boiled eggs and everything in behind. Aye, they did. Boxed it all in and left it. And it was weeks and months before it started smelling.
Holy
and then
shit.
it was fucking horrendous, and it was all rotten and fermented, and it was wild. And you had to pay guys to come in, but by this time he'd fucked off abroad, so there was no comeback. It was fucking
Jesus,
exceptional. I remember at the time I'm doing it, I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, I fucking hate this cunt. I was like,
holy
gonna
fuck.
ruin the fucking pub, man. No fucks given.
That's
He used to
genius,
bang her in the cellar and everything. Aye, like up,
Off her
like
dad's
our
pub.
dad's up working at the bar.
Oh.
And I did. Fuck it. Who gives a shit? No one's gonna hear this. So I remember him once being like, her bent over a barrel, and he's fucking rattling her, and he's like, I'm just thinking, all I can smell is her horrible shitty arse, and I just fucking hate her. But he's like, I hate her dad more. So that was fucking bro. But I mean, she was as bad because she didn't really like the dude.
Yeah,
she
yeah.
was just fucking him because her dad hated him so much.
Oh, that's amazing.
So it was all just it was a very fucking wild
Two
situation.
houses and
It's like a triangle of revenge fucking. That's genius.
Wild.
The shitty arse guy. Always, we used to call her. We'll give it another name. Sammy. We used to call her Sammy Shitty Arse. Man, terrible.
Of petty fuckings is like when I used to work at the paper mill, and I'm going to be vague again with names, but there was a guy there who was a fine guy, but he was a kind of guy that took shit too far. You know,
Yeah.
Everyone's got a friend group who's got someone who goes too far with shit. Generally, it's me. And so. He every day he'd come in with a sandwich, and a packet of crisps, and his water bottle, and that was his things for his lunch. And no one goes near that shit. And there was a fridge in the bothy for everyone to use.
Yeah.
He'd put it in there, and inevitably someone's stealing the sandwich or fucking the sandwich or putting putting fag ends in the sandwich. It's like fucking him up, and he's just getting angrier and angrier. And I told the crew, I'm like, he's going to blow, and when he blows, he's carrying a blade. He's going to fucking kill somebody, you know, because you're fucking with his sandwich. And they all thought it was hilarious. And one of the guys, a young lad he was, and not a very handsome man by any means, right? Fucking nope. He was a fucking plug ugly cunt, but a fine lad. But he was like, ho. But one of those, again, he's the friend who's like, I'll just keep pushing because what's the worst that could happen? So he stole the sandwich one day. And this guy, we'll call him Kev, right? Yeah. Kev went fucking nuclear. He was up the manager. I'm going to leave this fucking place. I can't do. They're stealing my fucking food. They're wrecking my place. And we were like, Kev, you can't leave. Look, we'll tell you who it was. Just keep it to yourself. He's like, it was. Whatever, right? We'll see.
It was tiny.
Well, it was tiny. It was Johnny, right? Yeah. Johnny did this, right? So Johnny, so Kev's like, I'm going to fucking kill him. Like, no, don't kill him. He's like, in fact, no, I've got a better plan. Now, it turns out that Johnny's sister, who was equally as pig ugly, right? Because they had like flat face, no chins, just a fucking walking abortion.
Ooh.
And the sister got herself a job working in a Starbucks in the middle of Aberdeen. And Kev had learned this and then spent the next 3 months driving out of his way, like a half-hour drive from his house to get to Starbucks, to find out when her shifts were, to arrive when she's on shift, and just like start off like, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. You know, and I happen away, and made no mention that he knew who her brother was. Just was sweet talking her. Would always get in the queue so he got served by her, and would buy a coffee and stuff. He spent a fortune on coffees and sandwiches and stuff over the space of 3 months until he got her number. Right, he got her number, invited her out. You know, and again he's like, she's fucking pig ugly, but I'm determined to do her. Right, so. He got her out for a meal and stuff. They dated for a month, right? Dated for like a month. And even Johnny at work was like, yeah, my sister's got a new girl, a boyfriend, but I'm not allowed to meet him yet. I don't know what's going on. And Kevin's like, oh, really? Yeah. So then Kevy was like fucking. It finally came to the crunch, and he was rattling this poor lassie. Like I say, poor lassie. She was totally complicit, of course, but just get rattling her. But he'd filmed himself, right, with her consent. But they'd made a sex tape, like, and she was down with it. She was looking at the camera, and everything, like, blowing him and stuff.
Just asking for a friend. Have you got
taking it in the pooper and stuff, like proper, like ravaged her.
Science.
But at one point in the video, he's got her bent over the bed, and he's just like he's doing the American Psycho kind of double bicep pose to the camera, and he points at the camera and he says quite clearly, "This is for you, Johnny." Right? While he's thrashing, right? I don't know if she was like, it wasn't in the moment. I don't know if she was like, because she did look up briefly and then just kept like, oh, okay, and just kept going. Like she maybe thought, did I hear that right? No, maybe not. No. So he then took his video in on his phone and sent it to everyone on the whole shift pattern. Got this video. And of course, it went back to Johnny, and this is like 20-second clip from the full video of his sister getting royally pumped. This is for you, Johnny. And it was the most intricate. God. Like he spent a fortune in fuel and Starbucks coffees and sandwiches and stuff and dates to get to this point for a 20-second clip of horsing it up Johnny's sister. It's like that's fucking outstanding.
I hate technology, but that makes me glad we've got camera phones.
Oh,
that's
man.
fucking exceptional.
It makes me glad that there was no camera phones when I was younger.
Oh,
holy shit.
No,
when you were younger, exactly. Fucking.
You fucker. Oh, I'd have been jailed.
You'd be jailed.
Fucking hell.
You may still be.
Well, he did have the lovely chickens staying for a week, so...
I did have chickens, yeah. Chickens was here for a week. That was fucking brilliant.
Do you know that I had to go through that whole episode? And for those of you who heard the last episode and just got distracted by chickens all the time, chickens! I had to bleep out her real name all the way through. And I'm like, listen to this thing before.
She's just the best.
She's the flipping best.
Fucking love her.
So, we talked about in the last show, if we don't mind carrying on to the topic of chickens, is that we talked about chickens at the your birthday as well too, how she had the cock shirt and was like,
I got asked about that cock shirt on Friday.
Who by?
Big Jeff.
Oh, did you see Jeff?
He kept unzipping my coat and going, "Where's your penis shirt?"
Oh, you saw him when you picked me up, of course, yeah.
And I said, "Wrong guy."
Hey, wrong guy.
Wrong guy.
Wrong giant.
Yeah, you guys were all fucking tiny. That was weird. I felt like coming into Lilliput.
We are all normal.
Normal.
You're the fucking...
Walked into the pub and I was like, "There's nobody higher than my navel."
Well, I'll get back to that because I was going to say that with chickens, sent me a voice note about the shirt, and it was like, "Hi Scott, I really love your cock shirt." And see that brief like fucking 2 seconds. I was like, shit. This is pedo territory here.
Yeah.
And like that dramatic pause was too long. And thank God she said shirt.
See, when I was recording it with her, and it felt in my head, it felt like that gap was
forever.
And actually, when I listened to it back, there was no gap. It was a normal speech pattern.
Tiniest little gap.
I just felt like time slowing down. I was like, "Oh, please say shirt, please say shirt, please say shirt, please say shirt."
Can I just reference again, Tiny, how you mentioned there about being like, all these little people? Was going back to the Legion or that first opening night of the kind of revamped lounge and bar. Yeah. There was photographs on, I think it was on the P&J website, and it showed like photographs of the crowd.
Seen it.
Did you see
it? Right in the bar. Right in the bar.
Fucking Gulliver at the back of the bar. There's the place is fucking packed. Right?
Looked like there was a guy on a stepladder changing the lights. I saw it. Yeah.
I'm laughing, going, look at this fucking galoot.
I was zooming in. I was like, "Oh, who do I know there?" And I was like, "Oh, there's such and such, and there's such and such, there's such and such." I was like, "Oh, what did I miss that?" Eiffel Tower at the back there.
Fee-fi-fo from himself at the back, like fucking hell, man.
Brilliant.
Oh, it was gold. But yeah, chickens, of course, stayed with you for a good week. So
yeah.
So of course, our dad, Big Jeff, was on holiday.
Yeah.
So you were like, "Yep, give us here, we'll have her." But
it was great.
Well, it was great for you because you didn't even sleep in the house.
No,
Yeah, absolutely.
like totally.
We are.
Yeah. You can come stay at. You can. Yeah, it's fine. She'll stay
Ah,
at
I
my
mean,
chicken stay
I
at
was
mine.
in the house until
Sure.
like 7 o'clock every night, and then I went, "Oh, do you know what? I'm tired. I'm up early. I'm going to go to my bed." And I just out here in Caravan HQ watching TV, drinking tea, eating biscuits, like blind shut in case anyone saw me.
That's amazing.
Just out here living my best life.
Oh, it was amazing, man.
Yeah.
So I did walk in.
Absolute
It was that kind of
bastard.
musk of lived
Yeah.
in musk. I'm like,
10 days I was in here. It was fucking
10
great.
days.
Well, no. So I had a break at the beginning because she was away with a carer at the weekend. But yeah, so it was like the fucking Thursday to the Friday.
That's amazing.
And then Friday I stayed here because, yeah, your little one was here as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
And I didn't want to wake her up when I came fucking bounding into the pub. Absolutely fucking wrecking the joint.
So you were out for a few small shandies with Big Jen, I believe.
Yeah,
You went for a whiskey tasting.
whiskey tasting, it turned into a fucking just a horrendous mess of a night.
I don't mean to be disparaging
Uh-huh.
by any means, Boris. You know I love you, but
Yeah.
you're probably the most uncultured swine within a fucking 50-mile radius.
We should not have been there.
You should.
So it was actually, it's really nice in there.
Yeah,
I'm not into that whole thing. Like, I mean, I love whiskey, I love it, I love drinking it, but like, I'm not into the poncier side of it. But
Yes.
it was really nice sitting there. It's a beautiful bar in that place. I don't know
Yeah.
if you've been. And
This is the
But-
Inverie Whiskey
Yeah.
Shop. Yeah, they've
It's
just
really
opened
nice.
upstairs.
yeah, so well,
They had an
the-
open day on Saturday as well.
but they've been doing tastings for a while. But they've got an open bar once a month.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're up there and.
I was invited on Saturday. Didn't go.
Yeah, they were.
Ah.
It was. So they're sitting there all talking about it, like, and I'm like, I've got nothing to say here apart from
Flavor
I
profiles.
like
and
it
textures
or I
and,
don't like it. that's a limit. Oh, that's fine, or
Aye.
that's pish. Here's me.
it's totally the wanky thing with whiskey, and I see it all the time with my job as well too. Is people who like gatekeep and
hell,
like, oh,
man.
but you can't take it with water, you can't take it with ice, you can't
Take it
with fucking.
however you like
You
it.
don't put a mixer in, but the people who know this shit,
Yeah.
the real people who know this shit, were like, take it however you fucking like it.
So
you know?
there was a guy there, the guy from one of the distilleries. He was fucking brilliant, by the way, and
Yeah.
he was so knowledgeable. And there was a few guys there who were just cunts, and he eventually kind of said, he's like, look, I do this for a living. I drink all day, every day.
Yeah, dream job.
For work and for pleasure. He's like, and I couldn't blind taste any of these fucking bottles in here and tell you what it is. He said, a lot of it comes down to just what you like.
Yeah.
He's like, so don't worry about it. Because they're all getting a lot of, it's like, because he's going, you know, what do you smell? What do you smell? The guy's like, oh, it's like when you break open a toffee crisp and all that shit. And I was like, get what I smell? Whiskey. Like, to me, that smells like whiskey.
Break open a toffee crisp.
It's maybe a bit of smoke here in the last or there's a bit of seaweed in there, but that is it. Like, that's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
limit of my, like,
Yeah.
yeah, no.
Yeah.
We had an expert come to the to our work.
Yeah.
And was like, and it was a master noser, if you will. He's like
Yeah.
a company noser, and he's trying to teach you how to spot any problems with the raw spirit.
Okay.
So you pick up like any kind of changes in the profile or something, any things that might affect it
Yeah.
negatively, you know. And it was quite interesting, and there was samples there, and you're like, okay, yeah, but he's like, look, he goes, honestly,
Does it smell like your feet?
Yeah.
it's
bad.
He's well, pretty much. He's like, look, I've done this for fucking years. I still make mistakes.
Yeah.
He goes, no one's perfect. You know,
No.
no one's nose is always suited to this stuff. But you do get these people who come round like on tours, and
Yeah.
I've seen this at other places. I've been on plenty of tours and other distilleries.
Aye.
And you see some people, members of the group, who think they know more than the guys you're giving the tour.
Aye.
I'm like, oh well, actually, you'll find that the flavour profile is affected by the line arm and the copper. Oh, we
Aye.
know this bullshit. For fuck's sake.
There was a lot of that.
Is there?
Aye, from guys who were in there drinking.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, man, what the fuck? I didn't even know what you're speaking about here.
Oh.
And but love that place.
Yeah, yeah.
What a fucking range of whiskey.
Oh,
Great.
yeah.
And we were in there, and I reckon, must have had about 12 rounds. And then went out, and I mean, before we even got the pub, I could hardly walk. Like,
I've only.
it was fucking. But it's nice. What a fucking amount of stuff they've got.
But the problem is, so I've only been in that shop like maybe 2 times
Yeah.
because there's such a range of stuff that I want, but I'm like,
I do.
I can't afford like
Yeah.
75% of these bottles.
Yeah, well,
You know, I'm like,
I
I'm
spent
done.
about
Fuck
I
it.
spent about 70 quid in a bottle of whiskey once I was pissed. I was like, yeah, I'm fucking having it.
I have enough loyalty points at that store to buy us a bottle if we want.
I want one. It's in the kitchen. It's lovely. It was beautiful. No, it was really good. It was really nice.
Yeah, yeah.
I enjoy a whiskey anyway. Like,
Oh man,
but,
Love a whiskey.
yeah.
I do love a whiskey.
We should do one of these just with a bottle. Let's open the cunt
3.
and then just finish
Oh,
it.
We'll need more than one bottle.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I was trying to make it to your listeners sound like they were not alcoholics.
Well, yeah.
High function alcoholics, yeah.
Okay, great. Oh,
Yeah, no. never
sorry.
mind.
Oh, sorry. Where
Carry
were
on.
you? Where were you going to
Carry
go with
on.
that?
Never mind. Nope.
Okay, no. Gentlemen, I've had like some emails. Now it seems to be that people are starting to jump on the old bandwagon of the miscreants, and I think they're getting the gist of like how our emails work. And it seems to be like our emails so far have been people complaining about shit that's happened to them, which is cool, more than cool. But it seems to be the common theme.
Okay.
And I wanted to jump into one straight away that I thought I could, because I've got a couple of stories that are maybe related to said thing as well. It's like, there's one, this woman here has written in about, to us, saying, thanks for ruining my first date. Now, she says, Scott and the, hey Scott and the
been
other,
so
Oh, well,
excited.
we ruined her first
we
date.
ruined our first date.
I've
seemingly.
never been so excited.
I know. Well, that's why my,
If she hadn't been such a slut and then gone out straight afterwards, it wouldn't have been a problem. I shouldn't say words like that anyway.
No,
That's
you
not
should do.
acceptable. It's
We're in-
beep that word
we're
out.
in the Carbon HQ, go for it.
Sorry.
Fucking slut. Right,
Sorry.
listen.
Sorry.
Thanks for ruining my first date. Seriously. She carries on. Hey, Scott and the other miscreants. Long-time listener of Scott's shows. First-time complainer. I needed to write in because somehow your podcast directly contributed to the worst first date of my life.
Yes!
Last weekend. So I met this guy on an app. He seemed pretty normal, into books, had a dog, didn't post shirtless mirror selfies. We decided to meet at a bar near my house in Aberdeen. Things started okay until I made the terrible decision to mention that I listened to your show. He immediately pulls out his phone, finds an episode, the one where Boris goes into depth about his piles issue, and blasts it at full volume at the table. Like, instead of talking to me, he wanted us to bond over your hilarious commentary. Other tables were staring. The bartender asked me if I was okay. And to top it off, he kept pausing the episode to explain the jokes or references to me.
Oh, fuck. Okay, get rid of it.
I did the I'm just going to the toilet thing and fucked off out of a rear fire exit door. Thanks for nothing. Still love the show though. Emily, 29, forever alone, possibly.
You can come join the show.
We got this in, and because obviously there's other emails too that I can get to the end of the show,
yeah.
but I thought that one would be a good one to get into because. Did I ever tell you about the date I had
Sorry, I
with fucking...
was thinking
story, I
about
love that.
Emily. Fucking hell.
That's amazing.
Imagine sitting at a bar though, hearing his voice ranting about
About my
raking his
piles.
piles, you know, like fucking marvelous.
I think I brought up your pile 6 times in the show as well.
Fuck. Yeah.
I think
It's a big
it's
talking point around Melbourne, isn't it?
I know, right?
Yeah, getting old. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing though. Is like
Have either of you installed your bidets? Well, brought your bidet, installed your bidet?
not yet. No.
I was going to use it today, actually, but
Well, I've got my plumber friend coming around to repair our shower next week, hopefully. So I might say, while you're here, could you plumb that thing in? This is the same plumber who told me, don't
Couldn't
use
do
that
it.
thing.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a microbiological
Legionella.
fucking
Yeah.
death
Fuck 'em.
zone. Like, listen, I want germs flushed directly into my anus.
You want those German germs?
Oh, absolutely.
Anyway,
Right up
what were you
in
saying
Chelsea.
about your
Bad
date?
date.
So yeah, so I was. Have I ever told you about the date I had? I've told it before in a previous podcast, but I've told you before about the date I had with the big fucking Jabba the Hutt wifey in Aberdeen in the Northern Bar.
Yes, but I can
I
hear
think
it
I told
again.
you about that one with and the
Jesus.
fucking moo moo. That one, no, like
Oh,
yeah.
I did, yeah. Plenty of
not
fish.
here, so yeah.
I was on the show. I don't think I've said it on the show.
Not
before.
with me, but no, I've heard of it. I love it.
So it's like this is back in the days before Tinder and stuff, and then Plenty of Fish. And I was caught out by one with like the really pretty face, but like, you know when they look up from the roof, the camera's up above them, they're looking-
Stretches the chins
so
out.
they get the chin out, and you get cleavage and you get a face.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you know, it's quite
And lots of
attractive
light
and
into the eyes.
lots of light in the
Yeah,
eyes.
the fat folds have rolled back.
Yeah. I'm thinking, great, it's a bit of a winner here, you know. And we got chatting and stuff, and it turns out she knew me from years ago in my bouncing career. She was, I think, one of her friends dated one of my friends. That's cool. Do you want to meet for a drink? Absolutely. Let's meet in a bar, and this is on George Street, Aberdeen.
Yeah.
This bar.
Yeah.
And we met there, and so I walked in, and I'm like looking around, and I just saw this fucking abomination sitting at the bar, heavy breathing, and a fucking moo-moo, right? So you know when someone's so heavy they've got to wear a fucking sheet, right? And I'm like, and I stopped there, I was like, I must have mouthed, holy fuck. and the barmaid's like looking at me, fucking hee-hawing laughing, right? Because clearly she knows what's going on too. She's been told by fucking Jabba the Slag, that I'm meeting a big guy here for a date, right? So I'm at the bar, I'm like, hey, but she's like fucking super handsy. I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, shit, I need to bail it here. I need to get the fuck out of here. And she's like, keep like touching my leg and stuff, and like on my arm. I'm like, yeah, don't touch me. And I'm like, wait, I'm having a fucking I'm a coffee, and I'm getting the fuck out of here. So I had this coffee super quick, burnt my face. She waddles off for a fucking pish. And she goes, and the barmaid's in tears laughing, going, you've made a monumental mistake, haven't you? I'm like, I fucking have. I need to bail. Get me a get-out clause. But I knew that outside the front door of this bar, the bus stop taking me home was like 10 yards from the front door of this bar. I'm like, right, the bus is due in like fucking 5 minutes. I'm going to say, right, listen, I've got to go. I'm working tonight, so I need to go home and get, walk the dog, and I need to get dressed and changed and blah, blah. I'm like, I'm going to get the bus, but hey, it's been great seeing you. I'll be in touch, right? Thinking that was it. So she went for a kiss. I'm like, high five. Yeah. Bye now. And I go outside, and I'm right at the bus stop, and I'm looking at my phone, like, texting the boys, like, this has been a fucking abomination. And then I got like a tap on the shoulder. Oh yeah! Oh fucking hell! It's followed me. So, if you want, I can come back to yours for a while. No! I'm busy. I've got a dog walking and go to work and blah blah blah. The bus pulls up and I'm like, fucking cheerio now. I jump on the bus and the driver. I know the driver, and I'm like, dude, just fucking go, because she's waddling towards the bus. I'm like, before she gets on, go. And he's like, fucking yes. And boop, there's people on the bus, fucking hell, like getting thrown back. He's going for it, gunning it up George Street. He's like, why are we running away? I'm like, I'll explain, just fucking drive. Go. And then I had to explain, like, you've saved my life, pal. I thought you were pulling away, but that was it. And then I was plagued with fucking messages and phone calls.
She was gagging.
And I'm like, oh, no hables angles. Fucking, sorry, he's died.
Sitting there texting you.
Oh,
Fanny's like a salted slug all thrown.
Horrible, man. And then there was one other one as well, too. This was maybe about a year, maybe a bit later than this date was. I met a girl who I met her one day when I was with friends. We were in was it Union Square? Not Union Square. We were in the Bonnecourt Centre. Met her there, and we had mutual friends. Got chatting, and she said to me, "Oh, you fancy getting a coffee?" Something I'm like, "Absolutely, yeah, cool. We'll get a coffee." And we arranged to meet a small coffee shop that wasn't far away, like 2 days later. So met at this coffee shop. That was fine. It was going really well, and stuff. And I'm like, "Oh yeah, this is amazing." And a dude came over and tapped me on the shoulder like aggressively as fuck. And he's like, you. I'm like, oh, you remember me, aye? I'm like, sorry, I've not got a clue who you are, pal. You fucking killed my dog. And I was like,
what?
Fucking what? And she's like, what the? You killed a man's dog. I'm like, no. I'm like, dude. I'm like, you've got the wrong guy. He's like, you killed me. You ran my fucking dog over, fatty. I'm gonna fucking cream you. And I'm like, whoa, dude, you've got the wrong man here. Look, I'm just generically bald with tattoos. It could be anybody. It's not me. I swear to God. He's like, it fucking was you. I'm gonna fuck. And the whole place there's looking at me like I'm a cunt because he's shouting, you killed my fucking dog.
Yeah, I did.
And I'm like, dude, it wasn't me. And he's like, well, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And of course, then
was it Keanu Reeves?
Over comes the manager. No, thank fuck, John Wick. Over comes the manager. The guy's asked to leave. He leaves. He's like fucking spitting at me. I'm, what the fuck?
Fucking hell.
So he leaves, and this girl's just sitting there in absolute fucking horror. And I'm like, listen, I need to clarify. I killed no one's dog. I'm a dog lover. I love dogs. I mean, I've got a dog. He's an arsehole, but I've got a dog. And she's like, okay, well, I think I should leave now.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, honestly, I've killed no dogs. And she's like, okay, well, bye. And I fucking back, and away she went. Right? I was like, for fuck's sake. Yeah, absolutely.
That's fucking horrific.
Just out of the blue, man,
horrible.
thought I killed his fucking dog.
So there was no more follow-up to that?
No more follow-up to that.
That's fucking brilliant.
Right? I got like a threat. I'll be in touch. I'm like, please do, and I can prove to you. But
that's
man,
fucking exceptional.
Accused me of killing his fucking dog.
You know that really tall older guy, Greg, the comedian.
Yeah.
Yes.
You ever watch his stand-up show where he talks about the spotty elephant?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen that. No, no.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to repeat it, but you should definitely Google it and watch the video. It's fucking hilarious. Reminds me of that.
Is it Greg Hughes or something?
Yeah,
or something like that? I'm not sure.
Yeah,
about it.
Davis.
Greg
Greg
Davis.
Davis.
I've not really had many bad experiences. I asked LJ because you text. I said to the teacher, "You got any bad?" And she said, "No." She said, "Oh well, once actually, I went with a guy first day, pulled out a pill box, started lining up pills in the bar."
No.
And she's like, "What the fuck is going on here?" And he's like, "I don't worry, it's antidepressants."
No.
And she's like, "All right, here, I'm that much fun." And he's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's just." It's the first day I've had to take them.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking hell.
I told you about a pal of mine whose birthday's tomorrow, in fact. I must give him a shout about that. He's turning 50, but in his younger days, he was he was in flagrantry with a young lady that he met behind a caravan, funny enough as well, too, in Thurso, and giving her the full sausage.
Aye.
And he was just getting the tickly bit, and she was like bent over, and she turned back to look at him and was like, "I just come out of hospital like yesterday." And he's like, "Oh yeah, cool, yeah." It's like, yeah. And she's like staring in the eyes, she goes, "Yeah, try to kill myself." And like he's like at the tickly bit, he's like, "Oh fuck, what?"
the fuck?
But what do you do in your brain? Do you think,
Yeah.
do I just like, because she's like
Do I
staring at him in his eyes?
Do I
like,
stop or do I continue?
Looking back at him, staring, he's like, "Do I just stop here?"
It's a
or
test.
It's a test.
Definitely a test.
I mean, give him his dues. He powered on and he finished off.
That's a
Like-
testament to the man.
He's like, "Yeah, I will catch you later, pal." You know, in a way, but fucking, she knew he was getting that kind of shaky knee stage.
But you just try to slow him down later.
I don't know. I just came out of hospital, so I killed myself. What the fuck?
Fucking hell.
Jesus Christ.
I had I did go through this earlier, and I did come up with some stories, but they're not as good as yours. I have to be honest. But I had one girlfriend, SJ, lovely. It's my first Scottish girlfriend.
Oh, nice.
And I think we're dating for a good few months, and it was all hunky dory, and then it wasn't.
Okay.
And she finished and decided that
I'm not going to hold that against her.
whatever. And then and then I remember we met up.
Good judgment.
We met up in this cafe in Glasgow, and like to exchange our CDs and stuff. Like I've got her stuff, she's got my stuff.
yeah.
You know, living in each other's apartments and things. She would not give me back my porn collection.
Really?
Like, I had the most.
Terabytes.
No. This is
Physical.
This is physical media. This is back in the day of
Old
like,
school mags.
I had,
VHS?
it was later than VHS. It was early DVDs. I had
Okay.
HD DVDs, and I had Betamax as well. And like I had like the Tale of Dildo Baggins.
Oh,
You ever come
what?
across that?
Well,
And
when you say
I
come.
and
I will be shortly, though, after a bit of Googling.
and things like this, like these really fucking obscure parody porn things before parody porn was a thing.
Tale of Dildo Baggins.
It was fucking brilliant,
That's
mate.
amazing.
It was like shot by some students. Shot being the imperative word there. By some students in a forest, and they've renamed all the major characters. And anyways, it's
amazing.
ace.
It's not ace.
And then,
It is. It fucking is.
there's a Transformers parody. Transformers porn parody.
No.
Oh, mate. And this is shot in the late 80s, early 90s.
So Gen 1 Transformers.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
You're too smileys.
Yeah, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. This is my jam. Like,
Yeah.
one
She
of my
would not
favorite.
give me my fucking porn collection back, and I've held that against her ever since.
I
Yeah.
saw once like a Jurassic Park parody one,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a man dressed like a fucking pterodactyl with a wingspan and a big beacon around as well too, just sausaging some lassie over a fucking table. And you're like, this is amazing.
ridiculous.
This is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. You know, that man's sweating and that man's fighting for his life, trying to keep an erection in a fucking pterodactyl suit.
That's ridiculous.
What
Yeah,
the
but you
fuck?
get the DP Entertainment guys. They're doing like Star Wars ones and stuff, and it's like
Yeah.
you're going the
No.
plastic Darth Vader suit is rubbing. You can see it like cutting into his cock.
Jesus.
It's not for me.
That
this shit.
is
Commitment.
commitment.
Holy
to
shit.
Nonsense.
But I did think of one date that was somewhat controversial, but again, not as funny as yours. Just to clarify that, but
You're
so-
too kind.
I was very proud of this brand new car that I got. I got promoted. And I was a shiny bastard, as you can
Nice.
imagine. Halfway through my career, at the time, didn't have tattoos, full head of hair.
Wore a suit even casually.
I had
Nice.
all the time wearing suits. Had the latest phone, shiny car. All this, I was so full of my fucking self. And that's me saying that, so you know how bad that was.
Fucking hell. Wasn't
compared
bad.
to now. And But I was very proud of my car. And so I took this lady out for, we were secretly dating because we both worked in the same company, and that was a bit of a no thing. And
you hate her dad.
I'd recently,
really shitty arse.
He owned a bar.
I'd recently gone through a bit of a nasty divorce and stuff like this, and so it was like, I'll never, da da da. Anyway, started dating, and I took her to a really nice restaurant on the first date, or second date, took her to a really nice restaurant and things like this. But on the first date, she insisted that she wanted to go to the KFC.
Nice.
And I'm like, okay.
Classy.
Nice.
So, classy bird.
Yep.
Who doesn't like fried chicken?
We jumped in the car, and we're driving there, and it's maybe 20 minutes to get there. And we're coming up to one of these crossroads, and this fucking, like, monkey bike moped thing keeps cutting in and out of traffic as we're driving along.
You can't call them that anymore.
No, they're called South Londoners.
they're called delivery
That's
drivers.
going to get me put in jail, isn't
Fucking
it?
hell.
Sorry.
Both of you are going straight to hell.
They work for Go Eat.
So this is before Deliveroo was a big thing.
Okay.
But it was, a monkey bike is a monkey bike, right? It's a
Okay,
little, it's
okay.
a micro moped
Right.
thing.
Holy shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyways. I am not the racist.
Neither am I. The fuck? Right, carry on.
And anyways,
Erika.
Jesus, banana. Keeps cutting in and out of traffic and stuff. Proper driving like a cunt. And then we pull up alongside this poor sod. I say pull up. We're driving alongside this poor sod at one point, and she's like losing her shit at him because she likes her motorbikes and she drives her dirt bike and at work every day and stuff like this. And so she's pretty
Militant.
serious about the etiquette
Safety,
of being a
yeah.
motorcyclist
Yes.
and things like this. So what does she do as we're driving up alongside this guy?
Threw fried chicken at him.
No, she pops open my car door to
no.
try and knock him off of his
No.
moped.
Holy fuck.
As we're
Your
driving
Beautiful
past
shiny car.
in my brand new shiny car. And it was this moment of the dash lights up and goes bing bing because we're doing 25 mile an hour or whatever, and she's popping the door open to
What city was this in?
this Coventry. And
Well, not quite so bad.
and
In
she's-
Birmingham, they
she's
could have
trying
a
to-
gun. Fucking hell.
she's trying to knock this cunt off of his
Holy fuck.
And there's that moment where our eyes connected, and I'm looking at her like, what the fuck? And she goes, ooh, maybe I shouldn't do that. And shuts the door
You
again.
think?
You think?
And then we drove to
Fucking hell.
KFC. Anyways,
Crazy
I married
bitch.
her.
That's not...
No. No.
Is that right? Oh, wait till I see her. Okay, yeah. I wonder why you were speaking about the biking. I was like, there's no way there's two of them.
She strikes me though as like the person would hit five people by a
Fucking
car door.
Crazy bitch. Is that right?
Yeah,
That's it.
100%.
Holy
100% true.
moly.
You can ask her about it.
Oh,
That's wonderful.
fantastic. Fabulous. That's good. That's a good story.
Jesus, that's gold.
I like
Bloody
that.
hell.
I can't wait to see her.
Speaking of dates and people hooking up and getting married,
Yeah.
have you heard the fucking exciting news out of the US this week?
Come on then.
Oh, the Tiger King himself.
Oh, is he married?
He's getting married again.
alive?
To who this
I
time?
thought he died.
No, he's
No.
alive. He's fucking alive and well. Joe Exotic.
Yeah.
He's married. He's married a fellow prisoner in the jail.
A
Clearly in the
Filipino
jail.
prisoner.
The man's name or the young man's name, Jorge Flores Maldonado.
Well, there you go.
What name?
Jorge Flores Maldonado.
Jorge.
Maldonado.
Maldonado.
Beautiful name.
That sounds like a Mexican wrestler.
Is he handsome?
Well, no. He's very, very young. So he's a fellow inmate, seemingly, and they reckon that they've dated because clearly Joe Exotic loves a bit of,
He loves his sausage.
young bum. And also, it's-
Yeah, to the point of problematic.
well, yeah, so, well, exactly. People kill themselves and shit.
Yeah.
But this dude seemingly is been threatened with deportation
Oh.
by the old Trump administration.
Ice and
So
after,
I think Joe Exotic's like, you know what, boyfriend, let's get married so that, we
Yeah.
so you can stay with me, be naturalized because, you're married to a U.S. citizen. So, so
Well,
yeah,
that's no certainty, unfortunately.
that's no certainty thing. So here we go. But Joe Exotic was quoted as
Wild.
saying, I wish someone that is president or wins the presidency would do the right thing and pardon me so I can move past this nightmare that my own country has caused for the last 7 years of my life.
I think you're the master of your own destiny.
All I
there,
did
Joe.
was build a zoo, and some people were very jealous. Then I was put in prison by my own country. Well, you were put in prison, Joe Exotic, because
you're a murderous cunt.
You tried to murder fucking Carl Baskin. Carl Baskin, who herself is under investigation for
Yeah, well, we're
for her
gonna.
husband.
I bought my good wife a teddy of Joe Exotic,
Did you?
but with her face on it.
That's
and
amazing.
in the advert, it was like so it's like a little teddy cushion.
Oh, not the underwear.
No, and so it's her face, but on the advert, it was like it would have been like a guy's face, and they had a handlebar moustache.
Oh.
So I was like, "Fucking sweet!" Ordered it,
Yeah.
got it delivered to her, and it came, and they didn't have the handlebar on it. So I fucking emailed them and complained, and they said, "Well, but it's a woman." I was like, I bought it purely for the fucking time. You fucking cunts. Diddled me out of 40 quid, you bastards.
Holy
Give me the fucking handlebar.
Yeah.
Like, so,
I think the best personalised gift you've given her was that giant pillow of your head.
on my face.
Your
yeah,
face.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
fucking majestic.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? I love it.
It's
Yeah.
just your. It's like a good maybe like a 4 foot by like. Fucking,
Oh, it's massive.
it's
like,
huge.
I did one
Just your face.
I did one of the boy as well. Yeah, yeah. So there's one. The only one we haven't got is the half of it. We try not to let people know we have her. To hide
Locked
her
away
away.
her. Stop giving her a phone then.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I've got a good story about her today. So this morning, I'm lying upstairs in bed, just kind of half awake. THL's downstairs dealing with that idiot.
Right.
She's got
okay.
a birthday party today, so she's up and getting dressed and everything. She's delighted with life. And so they're down there. I could hear her chatting, and she's happy as Larry, unusually for a morning.
Delighted.
And I just started, oh my God! Oh my God! And I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, what's going on?
Oh,
And I was
no.
like, what the fuck? Ah!
And this is Top Baby Lovely, I'm
Yeah,
assuming. Okay.
Help! Tommy's stairs, I'm like, what's wrong? And she said, it's on my face! And I was like, what? She said, it's on my face! So she'd got to, she's in nappies, still adult nappies. She'd got to change her, put her like, you have to put her legs behind her ears basically to get the next one on. And she'd manoeuvred her. The bear had sneezed, and she'd went and shot. And it sprayed because she's down there. I'd sprayed in LJ's face,
No! No! What?
Oh, poor lady.
and it was just the screams.
Oh,
And
gee.
Top Baby Lovely's face got
she
full
got
dose.
pebbled up.
Oh, no.
Jesus,
Wee bit diarrhea just squirted on the face.
Do you know the best thing is though? It's like,
Both of you cunts came in here and I gave her a cuddle and a kiss.
oh
You
shit.
sleazy bastard. Now
Holy
you've
fuck.
got jobbies on your face.
But the best thing is though, is yearly she will reshare a post from Facebook about how you got dog shit on your inhaler
yeah.
and inhaled it.
Yeah.
And now, finally,
She got shot on.
she got a spray of shit. Holy
Face full.
fuck
It
me.
was just the screams made it so much better. But then actually she was laughing, and I'm like, see if that had been me,
Aye.
I'd have outside like sawing my face off. I would not
Set fire to your own face.
sucking out with her sander. Ah! She's it was wild. Like,
That's
but
fucking wonderful.
fucking
She
hell.
kept that one quiet. The
She
Yeah.
did, didn't she?
Holy
She
shit.
let you.
Well, you can
That's
fucking get it up a bit.
amazing, man. Fucking
Speaking
hell.
of marriages and stuff, coming back to the Joe Exotic thing, so I was talking to a friend of the show on Friday, the gentleman who was trying to tile his bathroom when he was listening to the White Trainers
Yes.
episode.
Oh yeah,
two.
yeah.
Anyways, he's been a little bit lax in listening back. But he texted me today saying that he's listened to the Top Nonce episode. I think it's episode 3. And again, he had to stop what he was doing. But
To have a wank.
yeah. So
Mop up the
he's currently
Kids, stay in the back of the car. Watch it. Play with your tablets.
Daddy's busy.
whatever you do, don't look in the front.
Sorry.
So, like I said before, he's from Newcastle, but he's currently on a cultural review trip of Bristol.
Oh,
Right.
wow.
Okay.
Right now,
Cultural review trip.
yeah, because they were told under no uncertain circumstances if they mention a 4-letter word while they're at their hotel at any of the venues that they're at, they will be have the booking cancelled.
Can we take a guess at the 4-letter word?
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's got to be C.
Cunt.
It's the cunt bomb. C bomb.
No.
Fuck, cunt, shit, wank,
Knob.
knob,
Dick.
twat.
These are good. These are really good. No,
okay.
stag do. You can
What?
no longer, in certain hotels in Bristol, mention that you're part of a stag. Stag do's are getting outlawed or banned.
Oh, wow.
in some
People
parts
are
of the city.
wrecking the fucking hotels.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so he's he's been sending me pictures. I'll show it to you of historical buildings in Bristol,
Oh,
just so
no.
that he ever gets asked what he's doing. He
Wow.
can say, "Oh, I'm looking at
Like we
architecture."
would when I was at the end of my kind of bouncing career, it got to a point where if you saw a stag party come in,
We'll
you'd
let
say,
them in.
"No can do," and stags started getting wise to it, and they'd come in small groups, so you get like 3, and then
Yeah.
4, and then 2 more and stuff, and they'd all get together inside.
Those old buildings.
But yeah, man, oh,
Beautiful.
brilliant, bloody hell!
It's,
Cause old buildings, amazing.
That's ridiculous.
That's nuts, man, bloody hell.
Yeah.
Poor
So,
guy.
anyways, yeah, bless him. But he loves the show, and if
Yeah.
you're out there, mates, love you dearly.
Keep wanking.
Next round of top nonsense for you.
That's what I've been told. Yeah.
Can we make our own cards?
Put his face.
I suggested that last week and it got shot down in flames. Although you'll be glad to know I've had Hasbro emailing me all week about it. So looks like it's going to be commissioned.
we're in the money, boys. Holy shit.
No, Hasbro have not emailed me. Just in case anybody sends this to Hasbro, I don't want to be.
Other game companies are available.
I don't think they can sue you for libel for saying this.
Who knows?
Emailed you.
I haven't got the money to fucking
I've-
even
It'll be fine.
try and deal with
I
that.
would like to go a little bit.
That is the least of the problems of what you've said on this fucking show.
I
mate.
know, right?
Sorry.
I would like to go a little bit off track here and discuss about being called gay.
Okay.
I mean, I've always suspected.
Well, no, I had a very gay pal of mine accused me of having a very gay name. Seemingly, Scott now has become a very gay name, and you know how there's certain names that when you hear it, you're like total gay. Like Luke's a gay now. These, like
Jonathan.
Jonathan, Alex, right? Super. My middle name, right? Alex, super gay name, right?
Was your middle name Alex?
Alex, yeah, Alexander.
So spreads a lot.
Super gay Alex is my middle name.
Super gay Alex.
super
Your
gay-
parents had a sick sense of
Scott
humor.
Super Gay Alex Taylor is my grandfather's name was Alexander, of course. He was super gay. Sandy. So yeah, can you think of any other good kind of super gay names? I mean, there's definitely a Luke in there. There's definitely like a Francois,
Betsy.
you know, Betsy.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, Mike. You know, it's like-
Tarquin.
Tarquin. Oh fucking.
God, I love the sausage, didn't he?
This game is stupid.
I know. I'm sorry, but I was so incensed to be like to be plugged in with all the other gay
Still
names.
plugged.
Like,
Scott is a gay
Scott's a
name.
manly name.
Doesn't even make sense.
I know,
don't
right?
think Scott's a gay name.
Scott's
is
a
it?
manly
No.
fucking name, exactly.
I think it just
When you hear
depends.
Scott, you think, rugged,
I think
outdoorsy.
Vladimir is a gay name.
Vladimir.
I think Vladimir is a gay name. So is Donald.
Donald.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Excellent.
that's
Definitely gay names.
Legends. The
Gentlemen,
kind of guys
So
that can
so is
sort the world's
Pol
problems.
Pot. That's a gay name.
Stop naming all these really great guys.
Adolf. That's the gayest name.
Again.
Oh, speaking of fucking, sorry, saw the weirdest thing today that's fucked me
Amazing.
up, and it has been
Excited
stuck
are
in the
you?
back of my head.
do you know when a man that size gets like
It's
enthusiastic?
scary, isn't it?
My first thought is
My
I'm gonna
bumhole
get raped here.
clenches.
I know,
I'm
right?
like, please don't put it in.
do I fake it halfway through so that it finishes quicker? Or?
Finish quicker.
No.
yeah.
That works for my wife. So I was watching a video. I can't remember. I would credit the other boys,
Pornhub.
but I can't remember their names. But there's another podcast, and they'll like smoke bongs and things like this on their
Yeah.
podcast, and,
Nice.
just like explore the universe. And I was watching an episode that popped up on my feed today, and they were obviously high as kites, but they played a video of a Porsche logo spinning on a wheel, on a hubcap on a wheel.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
You get weighted ones now they don't turn.
No.
Oh, I've
This
seen
one was
those, yeah.
turning. This was
Okay.
turning, but at the right frequency, the right speed, it is 100% a swastika.
Oh, I think
Wow.
I've seen that.
Right?
Yeah.
Jesus.
And it, like this blew my mind.
So where do I order them?
Can I get those from motorbikes?
So it's the classic Porsche logo.
yeah.
It is the classic Porsche logo, and it's just so happens that at the right speed, it looks
looks
100% like a
Who
spin
designed that?
swastika. And you're going,
shit.
how many million people have seen this logo on spinning wheels on Porsches and all this kind of stuff, and it hasn't like popped? It clearly somebody would have picked up on it.
Best subliminal
So
messaging.
I went down a
Down
fucking
a
rabbit hole.
That's amazing.
So yeah, need to check.
Speaking of other podcasts, I found like occasionally I'll go online and try and look for podcasts
Yeah.
that are in our kind of area, like Aberdeenshire or Aberdeen, and see what else is out there that might be like us or might be like an arc
I fucking hope there are not more cunts like us.
I know, right? But there's quite a good one that's
Well, you just don't like having other
There's
people
not enough
look
jail
like
cells
you.
around here.
there's quite a good one that I've seen on release video clips. I think on TikTok or is it, well, it's either on Instagram Reels or TikTok, one of the two.
Yeah.
And it could be a Turra. Is it Turra or it's a Brock? It might be the Brock.
Oh, I think it's Tara. I
It's
think
like-
I ken the
it's
boys
like
you mean.
4 guys around a table with microphones, obviously, and talking away. And but it's like broad accented,
Aye.
these kind of fucking proper like fine guys. It looks like though. It looks like
But there's only 10,000 people who can understand them.
but they raised a very good question, and on this clip that I saw that I was going to throw your way as well too was, see when you're wiping your arse, right? When you've got the paper in the hand and you're wiping your poop chute, you've post dump, right? You're wiping the poop chute. Are you wiping from balls to fucking back or from back to balls?
Balls to back.
Balls to back. See,
I just had to do it to see, but yeah, no, I do.
So, but they were like at least 50% of these guys were like, oh no, fucking you go back to balls.
But here, I spoke to somebody not long ago about this. I don't know how it came up. Somebody I know sits down to wipe.
Sits down to wipe.
They reach in below. Sorry, I farted.
So they go through.
farted when I went forward there.
They go down past the cock. They go the front way.
Well, I'm assuming that, or they just lean forward. But I stand up to wipe.
Do you?
Oh, right, okay, I'm the
I
wrong
wipe
one.
while I'm seated.
I
I
can't.
lean right forward.
My arms aren't limber enough. Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, no, I'm fucked up then.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, I might have like an extra wipe while standing at the very end to make sure that I've caught everything.
That's
but
probably why I need a
Yeah,
beard.
no, I wipe when I'm seated as
Maybe
well.
the standing up is the problem.
But
they were talking about-
I'll go a couple of wipes and then fresh toilet paper and go the other way.
whoa,
like side to side.
fucking whoa.
Yeah. No, not
Left
side
to
to
right. What the fuck?
So you'll wipe like balls to back,
Yeah.
and then go. You know what? Fresh paper. I'm going back to balls.
Yeah, to like get proper clean.
See, I'm trying to get it away from the cock.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Whereas
yeah.
if you do that and feel like you're pushing it towards it,
But their theory is you go in like if you go back to balls, you can get a hook motion in there, and you can dig right into that hole and get all that and get a proper deep cleanse.
get the fuck.
Well, that's the fucking.
Have you ever
theory.
shot though and it's landed like somewhere you just didn't expect?
Yes.
Like a amount of times I've wiped the cheek and found shit on the cheek.
Yeah.
How the fuck does it get on the cheek?
How did I get there?
Or I've shot before, and this is a strange one. Like I've gone for a shit. I've sat on the pan. I've not raised my ass off the pan whatsoever. Right.
And it's on the seat.
It's on the lid.
I've had it there. I've had that
It's
as
on
well.
the fucking lid behind me. I'm like, how the fuck
Yeah.
is there shit in my back?
Dunno.
Have I leaned back and it's have I put,
Yeah.
I'm checking my back for shit. There's no shit there, but
I think
somehow there's shit in this.
I think it's if I've been leaning too far forward, it's come out a wee bit.
it's maybe squirted up the
It's
way a
going
little
up,
bit.
it's going uphill. No, it's fucking yeah. Jobbies are good. I love it.
I love a good jobby.
It's still greater feeling.
Well,
I
When
went
they go
4
wrong,
days
they
this
go
week
wrong.
without a shite.
Did you?
Seriously, and I was at the point of doing something about it. I was like, I have to take something. And then Friday night, I had the most horrific shit before I went out.
Oh.
And that might be the one that LJ likened to a sanitary mental.
So, like, I mean, obviously, we didn't speak much about your night out, of course. You were out with Big Jeff,
Yeah.
whiskey tasting, out into town, of course. It got late on, and I'm like, look, I can come and get you, but it's a short window because I'm going to have a couple of beerios before bed.
was that a conversation?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that. I was
And then
fucking.
you're like, oh, fuck, and then Tiny was like, yeah, I'll come and get you guys, blah, blah. So I'm assuming that was arranged, obviously, out with our group chat. You'd gone and come, because then the photographs came through with you.
No,
like, here's
it's
you
all
in the
the group
bar, here's Boris, rah!
Well, yeah, I think
but-
he said, "Oh, yeah, I'll easily get you," and I was like, "No, don't worry about it, man." And the next fucking thing is you standing in the pub, and I was like, "Fuck!" I was like, "Hello."
Just circling the bar, watching,
Yeah.
But
It's a fucking good night actually. Inverurie was in good form. Inverurie, it was yeah.
but there's a picture that he sent of him in the car, and you like staggering towards the car.
I was.
It's somewhat blurry, but it's wonderful.
You could see how drunk I
You could
was.
see how drunk you were.
I was,
It was fucking
absolutely
amazing.
bingo. Like, we had a lot of the bit. Once we, like I said, we had about 10, 12 rounds of whiskey, and then we went out, and then it was just. But at that point where everyone's so fucked,
So yeah.
they're just a constant stream of drink. Like you just finished you just finished a tequila and decked a pint, and then some other cunts whacked another two in front of you, and I'm like, man, I can't keep
I
drinking
got
these
offered
fucking things.
2 shots in 5 minutes. For legal reasons, I declined them because I was driving.
Yeah.
Oh,
But yeah.
sick.
It was white. It was just constant, man.
And
But-
where were you guys getting all your cocaine from?
Well, I don't know what to say. His
From
name.
the lady boys. But you couldn't see them because we're under the
Oh,
table.
it was fuck. It was just. It got so
The
fucking
local
hard.
Pufter Scott.
But yeah, no, it was good, really good crack.
Fucking
There was a
looked good, like.
not bad band on as well. They were decent and
What kind of music was it?
just a bit of fucking everything. But it was a covers band, but you know
Yeah.
they were just flipping out all the gold oldies.
But Big Jeff, for a man who, during our limited times we've been all been together, who's generally quite, it seems like kind of
Reserved.
more reserved, kind of quiet
He's fucking
guy.
not.
He fucking goes hard.
He goes balls deep.
He
like,
goes
yeah.
balls deep,
He
man.
was absolutely fucking pissed.
Was he?
But yeah, well, I say like I've been out with him more than you guys.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
likes a fucking swally. Like he goes fucking hard. Like
He's
yeah.
a fucking nice guy. Like,
he
He was
was-
a mess.
Oh, he was absolutely. He was way
fucking
worse than
mess.
I was.
Yeah.
He
Didn't you
was-
see you lost Big Jeff as well at some point?
Well,
he
we lost
lost him.
everyone. Yeah, well, I went in an alleyway for a piss, and then
Everyone was gone.
everyone was gone. But they thought they all thought I'd gone back to the pub apparently.
Yeah.
So
oh, for fuck's
it
sake.
doesn't matter. Yeah, it's fine. No, it was good crack, good night, most enjoyable. It was nice to be out with other people for a change. Actually
Gentlemen.
making new friends.
We have mail, motherfucker. We've got some mail that a couple of emails came in our way. I thought I would share with your good selves.
Always gets.
Like fucking mail, motherfucker. We've got one. Hello, miscreants. I've debated sending this about 30 times. I've written and deleted it more times than I care to admit, but I'm a recent listener, and every time someone shares a story that makes me howl with a second-hand embarrassment, I think, okay, maybe it's time I contribute to my own trauma. So here goes. A couple of years ago, I was going through what I now lovingly refer to as my wellness goblin era. Wellness goblin era.
Sorry, gobbling or goblin?
Goblin. You know, the short, pointy ears, green.
Like the little green
you know,
thing.
yeah. I'd just gotten dumped. I was drinking green juice like it was going to cure grief. And I started seeing this holistic health coach who looked like she lived off moonlight and turmeric.
Fuck.
She suggested I do a colonic irrigation session. I've got a story about that as well too. It clears your toxins, boosts energy, and resets the guts. Honestly, she had me at reset, so I booked in. Now, the actual colonic... The actual colonic wasn't the worst part. It was awkward, yes, having a tube inserted to where the sun doesn't shine while spa music plays, and a stranger named Geraldine makes small talk about your fibre intake is character building at best. But what no one warned me about was the after effects. I left the clinic feeling surprisingly great. Light, floaty, pure even. So I decided to stop at a little artisanal cafe for a celebratory oat latte and gluten-free banana bread. That was a huge mistake. About 10 minutes after finishing my snack, something shifted inside me. I felt a rumble, a deep ancestral warning. I stood up and realised immediately that sitting back down was no longer an option. My entire digestive system had gone rogue. I made it to the bathroom just in time, but the bathroom had one of those awful sliding doors that don't lock properly unless you line up just right. Mid-crisis, I realised the door wasn't shut properly when I heard a little girl say, "Mummy, why is that lady making bear noises?" I panicked, reached to slide the door closed, and in the process somehow managed to pull the handle off completely. The door jammed open. I was now stuck in the toilet, pants around my ankles, sweating profusely, while a mortified mum hurried her child away from the war zone. Eventually, a barista knocked and asked if I needed a towel or some wet wipes. I don't go near that cafe anymore. I've moved to a different town. Thanks for the show. Truly, you've made me feel better about my many terrible life choices, and I hope this story brings someone else comfort in knowing that no amount of oat milk can erase shame. All the best from R. Just R.
R.
There's a good friend of mine who I used to work with many years ago in the Doors, who now lives in Elon. And said gentleman, he went for a colonic irrigation, no flush thing, you see.
Okay.
And he said that he had to lie. That night he was working the doors with me, and he came in and he was fucking mortified. I'm like, "What's happened, dude?" He's like, "You won't fucking believe this." We'll call him Stevie because that's his name, right? So Stevie's like, "Man, you won't fucking believe this." He goes, I had to get a colonic today." I was like, "Okay, cool." So he said, "You lay on the table, you get the gowny thing, you know, with the back end hanging out. You lay on your side, pull your knees towards your chest, and then they go and fucking ram up your shit pipe, you see. You know,
Yeah.
so, oh, fucking hell. You know, could you call me pretty first? Well, up it goes. So he says, it's the strange feel, of course, you feel that warm liquid pass into your body.
Yeah.
You know, you look down and you can see the tube leading to the collection device, and it's just brown, lumps of shit just flowing out of your body
Fantastic.
into this tube. I did feel better. I was feeling kind of like better inside and a bit more cleansed. But he said that he was like, oh, wait a minute, and it's just something again shifted, something moved, and it was like, oh, it's gonna go, fucking hell. So this water had clearly dislodged like, I don't know how many years worth of compacted feces that had just like clung for dear life to the walls of his fucking anus, and it just and it just went right. It says the ejection of feces was so intense, it shot the pipe out of his rectum. The explosion of diuretic fucking horrible like ancient feces. It almost plastered the nurse to the wall. He said, you get that silhouette in like films where there's been an explosion in the cartoon. It says she was hit from fucking face down the chest and the legs, and she's just standing there going, like sobbing. He's like, I'm so sorry, and he's like, but he's covered in shit and debris. Like, I don't know what to do. Can you get me a towel? She's like, she's crying. Like, what the fuck do I do? He had to take the gown off. He's now naked. He's like cleaning his own ass. The gown was a poison to her. The cock's hanging out. It's fucking. I better leave. Just fucking went through, clothes on, raced home, got the shower to clean up all the rest of the debris.
That's fantastic.
Like that's fucking. Oh man.
I hadn't. It makes me think of me and THL hadn't long been together, and I had to get an operation on my balls. I had a fucking twisted fucking ball. It was fucking sore. Anyway, so they cut me open, stitched them into place so they wouldn't twist again. That was fine, and sent me on my merry way. So that was cool. So loads of painkillers, loads of bullshit. So about a week later, I'm like, I haven't had a shit since I was in hospital. So I'm thinking this is not good. So bought the usual home remedies, didn't work. That was fine. So I was like, better go to the doctor because this is now like day 8, 9, 10. I was like, look, I haven't shit in like 10 days, and they're like, okay, cool. So we'll give you some pretty hefty laxatives. Nothing was working. So a couple of other days passed. I was like, right, I need like, come on, this is not good. This is not healthy. This needs to come out. Mm-hmm. They're like, we need to attack it from both ends. I was like, cool. I'm thinking they'll take me in the hospital. No. They gave me home enema kits. Yeah. So it's basically just a bottle of water you squirt in your hole. So they're like, go home, take your laxatives, jam one of these up your hole and squirt a tin bottle. I was like, I can't fucking do so. I hadn't long been with THL. I moved in with her basically about a week before this operation. So you're still Jesus still in the like trying to look pretty face, honeymoon phase. No one farts, no one shits. Just like. So I'm on her bed on my fucking side like a baby with my knees tucked up to my chest, and she's like jamming these bottles of saline water in my hole, squeezing them out, and I'm naked, and I'm like, as soon as it went in, immediately wants to come out. So, but you've got to hold it. Yeah. And I'm like, and sweat and the panic, and I'm like, don't look at me, don't look at me. I'm just lying there, curled up like a fucking little baby. Stop looking at me! And she's like out of the room. And
I don't know if I've dated a woman who would have done that for me that early in the relationship.
That woman's a fucking saint.
Saint.
Shit that she's going through with him.
I didn't have to do this about
Why, THL?
I know.
What is it about this man?
7 or 8 fucking times I had to do this shit.
Like the times that she's saved your neck from things. Like tell me, like there was time that she went with you and you just got naked because you didn't want to get a taxi.
Oh yeah, well that wasn't because I was always naked. I was always fucking naked, and but she couldn't get us home, and there's been loads of dumb shit like fucking sleeping in the street and having to get me fucking picked up. And fucking, it's just been horrendous. I've given her a really fucking hard time, to be honest. All the bullshit that goes with it, like,
don't get
it. And I don't get it. And then like. So she can't do anything without me telling the world, like her being shot on. Like, I'm just.
It's probably, for her sake, it's probably the worst thing we ever did was get Boris into a podcast because everything is getting told to the fucking world.
I'll tell you a cracker. So obviously I'm a truck driver, and so we did have we had a list at the time. So she was staying with Granny for a couple of days. She would come with me in the truck, so push her away down the road.
Right.
That's fine. So, and I'll tell you exactly where we parked as well. Bamber Bridge Industrial Estate, and a lot of the companies in there are 24 hours actually. So we'd been parked up watching a film in the truck. That's fine. She's like, I need a shit. And I was like, well, fucking told you before we got here, like you need to jobby like before we park up. Like, make it so. Like, you just got to do it. Like, so she's like, well, I need to go. And I was like, well, we can't legally move. We're fucking stuck here.
Yeah.
Deal with that. So she's like, what am I meant to do? And I was like, what do I do? Just get out and shit. So I was like, there's bushes out there. So she went out through the bushes to the other side of these bushes. She's squatting shit and didn't realise it was a... It's a fucking footpath for this company who's 24 hours.
No.
She's down there squatting. There's cunts walking about.
On their footpath.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
It's fucking brilliant.
Brilliant.
So for years after, she'd phone me, whoever. Where are you tonight? So I'm at Bamber Bridge. Oh, I don't know where that is. I was like, you do? It's where you shut yourself. She's like, for fuck's sake, stop fucking saying that.
So I did that once. I wasn't shitting myself, but I desperate for a piss, and it was, I don't know, it's the Haddo House or Pitt Medden or something.
Yeah.
But the car park is like surrounded by a bank.
Yeah.
And I ran up the bank through the woods to try and get away from the view of the car park. The car park was heaving, right? Slipped over, knocked my head on a tree, got up, was all stunned, covered in mud and fucking dead stuff. Yeah. And then I finally just turn around and get behind a bush so that the car park can't see me behind the bush. Yeah. And I just unload, piss everywhere, and then I realize I have walked around the bush to then be by the main road that drives into the car park. Yeah. And there's just a queue of cars, and I'm pissing at them. Hi. Oh, fuck.
It's fucking brilliant. I love it.
I've done the thing on a night out when with an ex of mine, we're out for a few drinks, and I was fucking goosed. I was rubbered. And she had the unenviable task of getting my fat ass in a taxi at the road. But I'm like, I need a shit. I need to take a shit. Well, fucking go and shit then. Go in the fucking... There was a taxi rank there, but there was a line of shops and an alleyway. Go in the alleyway, just shit in there then. Fucking go. I'm like...
just go in there and shit.
I fucking will. So I went in the alleyway and blazed down the tweeds and the pants. I'm squatting down and I'm... You know when you do that kind of horse stance against a wall? So I'm like, if I put my legs forward, I'm not going to shit in my pants.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
so
in
like,
theory.
Good thinking, you see. Yeah. So I'm like shitting. It's all coming out. It's splashing against the wall and the floor. And I'm like, oh, that's amazing.
Hell.
I thought, right, what I'll do is if I like jump off the wall a bit and waddle forward a few steps, I can then get cleaned up and not like step in that shit on the ground. So I waddle forward a bit, but of course you're wearing your pants and your ankles. So I'm at the worst angle. And I fall backwards.
Oh,
no. But I fall backwards like a fucking turtle, you know, and with a rounded back. I just roll through the jobbies. No. So I've now got my own piss and shit up my back, almost to my neck, you know, and I'm like, I'm up with the tweeds. I'm just quoting this, like, fucking hell. No cab's going to take me now, you know. So it's like, right. I'm like, yeah, you better come. I need help. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake, how have you shot up your back? Fucking hell. Raging. So what I had to do was I had to like take the t-shirt off and the fucking shirt off and bin it. And like just walk up to the cab and like, look, I'm sorry. I got torn off me in a fight, you know, but look, I'm clean because there was no shit on my truck.
Because there's no shit on me anymore.
My back. I'm like, yeah. I was like, oh, and you come, it's fine. Now you go, pal. So I'm sitting there with my fucking fat tits hanging down. And she's like, you're a fucking embarrassment. You're a fucking disgrace. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Thank you.
What
Thank
shit.
you.
Thanks.
I love it.
I've never been more hard in my life. You know?
It's fucking ace. My mate used to piss in his kettles a lot when we were working. I was we'd be stuck in random cities, wherever, for weekends. You've got to have X amount of time off at weekends legally. So you'd try and time it in with your mates. You'd go and get absolutely fucked in whatever city you're in, make an absolute cunt of it. And I'm not one for peeing in bottles, and so I just get out a bit. He's a bit older, so he's like, I'm not getting out 10 times a night. And the amount of times he pissed in his kettles when he was drunk. And he'd get up in the morning and he was like, fucking hell, it's another fucking kettle ruined. Try away to fucking Argos to buy the cheapest kettle for his lorry.
Fucking even hose it out.
No, he was just like, you'd see him in the morning pouring it out, just scowling out the window. You're like, what's wrong? He's like, it's another fucking kettle. Oh, God. He was fucking, but we used to have some fucking hellish weekends. Like,
but there was a hotel chain that went through a phase of having to bin their kettles and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because truckers would turn up and they'd like wash their pants in the kettle.
What?
Jesus.
Yeah, they put their fucking soiled crackers
did
and
that,
like
like-
a tablespoon of soap into a kettle
the
and
fuck?
boil their pants. Then
I'll
hang
tell
them
you,
over the thing.
there's some of them are their own worst enemy. See, we're all moaning about the state of the facilities, but somebody's fucking ruining them.
Yeah.
One or at least one of us, like you know, and it's fucking the amount of facilities are like showers being shut. There used to be but at Carnforth truck stop, there used to be a sign in there saying "Do not shit the showers."
Yeah.
because it was when when
Jesus
the big
Christ.
wave of like a lot of the Eastern European truckers started coming over, and they didn't know any better. And the showers were set up, and it looked like a urinal. You know, it was stalls, and you had the shower, and it all sloped down to a trough.
Yeah.
So it was a joint trough.
Okay,
A joint drain all the way
Yeah.
down the wall for all the showers, and they just thought that was
The toilet.
the toilet.
Toilet, okay.
So they come for a shower and then cock their arse over this fucking drain. So they've had for fucking years it was signs that saying,
Jesus,
"Please,
man.
you don't shit in the shower."
Well, I mean, I was in. Was it? Yeah, it was in Hamburg. It was on the way to Hamburg. We were in a bus last October, and we stopped at a service station, and you had to pay the 50 euro cents to get in and use the toilet and stuff. And everybody else in the bus was like, "Oh my god, this is fucking alien!" Until we saw the sign over the clear bin that said "Not to urinal."
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
and it is. It's just
Jesus.
like they'll just. Oh, that looks like
Yeah.
it'll do.
Yeah.
And just
it's-
piss in
it's
there,
wild,
shit in there,
man.
and then leave.
Yeah,
I
they
had a friend in Aberdeen who worked at a very famous budget hotel chain, and he said that he says quite often they said that they had to throw away so many kettles because folk were just shitting in them.
Yeah.
Like for some reason they would
Really?
just shit in the kettle. I think it was a prank, you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
shit in the kettle and leave it for the next bucket to boil up
Yeah.
and fucking
That's fucking
cook up a
wild.
job. You're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? It's
Yeah.
honestly,
Always look in the kettle in your hotel.
I
oh
remember-
fuck yeah.
I remember reading. Oh fuck! Where, it was like it wasn't Mike Patton's biography, but it was something to do with Mike. But you know, from Faith No More.
Mhm.
And like back in the day, he used to shit in the hair dryers and stuff in rooms.
And
Nice.
the hair dryers,
Yeah.
fucking hell.
He used to fucking take a dump and
So-
poke it into the hair dryer.
Like
got
my pal Steve, who you've met. had
Oh, yeah,
had
yeah.
a fucking
Sleazy Steve.
Sleazy Steve.
Yeah.
Keeps that in your wife.
Yeah.
Sleazy Steve. He quite often when he visited my old house would take a shit in my cistern over the toilet. You see, so you and it would. Oh, you said stop fucking shitting in my cistern because you'd flush and they'd be like,
Oh, your
Brown
sister. I
bits.
thought you said your sister.
no, my sister.
No, I'm joking. I didn't say that.
Shit in my cistern.
Shitting in my sister.
So you'd shit in the cistern. Sorry. So repeatedly you'd flush the lavatory. There's
There's
lumps
more
of shit
shit.
coming out. What the fuck? He's fucking doing it again.
That's
Oh,
fucking
that's a
gross.
cunt.
An upper decker, it's called.
Yeah.
Like, dirty
Well, there's
fucking-
a-
Let's not ever take him here.
No, there's a squatty friend of mine who he got really fucking fed up with this one hotel chain, so he would take a shit in the fresh towels that are there's always spare towels somewhere.
Oh yes,
And fold it up perfectly, so that the towel is on the side. So when the cleaning people come in, they just
They don't
see,
touch
the
them.
towels are still there. Don't need to touch
leave them
those.
be. Yeah.
And there'll be a perfect curl inside.
I will never
Jesus.
just haphazardly pull those
No.
towels down ever again now.
Well, I fuck.
That's horrendous. What the
well, I
fuck?
fuck.
That's
The
disgusting.
guy even bought a torch. You know those UV torch things you get?
Oh, you better not knowing.
Like, oh, for fuck's
Just come,
sake.
come on everything.
Has somebody been murdered here? What the fuck?
Yes. Yeah.
Just spunk everywhere.
Clone 300 people just
Have
from
they
this
filmed
bedroom.
some Jurassic porn here? What's going on?
Up the walls and everything. Isn't it?
Pterodactyls and things.
Lord of the
Gentlemen,
Rings porn.
before we get to the end of the show, will we do a quick of the old
Oh yeah.
top nonsense? Top nonsense, baby.
Take it down. Take it down.
Give us a phone call after.
Mattel.
But any of those big card companies, give us a call.
We want to
We've
start.
got a game for you.
Yeah, we want to get them to start doing a bidding war.
So today, of course, is Boris' turn to hand out the cards. He could give him a quick shuffle, and we now have a card each to
So this
investigate.
week it's back
Oh!
to.
Oh, I've got a famous one.
Me too.
Oh,
Wow.
I've had this fucking already.
Have you?
The very first episode.
Did you put the old ones back in with the new ones?
No, but
with the
we
fresh ones?
We didn't separate them all to start with.
Oh, good point, good point. So yeah, so Tiny, do you
somebody-
want to
somebody might have had this one
fire-
then.
well, in fact, no. So you dealt them. So I think you're choosing the category of who wins. So again, folks, as a reminder, the
Well,
categories
it's
are
time-
Have we had this one already?
physical threat,
Yeah, we have.
cockiness, offences, slipperiness, remorse, and non-sobriety. I think we've had this one as well.
I think
before.
we've had this one. I think we've.
There we go. I'll show you what this one is here. But Sir Edward Heath.
No.
We've not.
Not had him.
Oh, well.
I think we had him the first time
I've
we
got
looked at
Sir
it.
Edward Heath, MBE, a former Prime Minister.
Oh,
I know.
So last week we were.
no, definitely haven't had this
No,
one.
so last
Brilliant.
week we went. It was cockiness because of it was my. So
Cockiness.
this week's back to tiny. So it's
Yeah.
what did we slipperiness?
Slipperiness.
Slipperiness.
Fuck,
Oh, right.
I've
okay.
lost. I'm a
Well,
28.
A 28 slipperiness. I've got a 99 slipperiness. 99
Oh, so that's a guy's never been caught.
slipperiness.
I have a super enabler, so I have no stats.
A super enabler.
So to win.
That's an auto
Yeah.
win. You fucking got. Well,
So it's down. It's doing
let
you
me
and
give
me.
you
so,
my.
yeah.
Well, so it's between you and I. So will we go for a second place in the category? What about we go for remorse?
Okay.
0.
Snap.
Fuck, man.
Fucking hell.
Next
Let's
one.
go physical threat.
Physical threat. Oh, 92.
69. I read it wrong. I thought it was 96. Fuck.
So I've got Sir Edward Heath, MBE, Prime Minister from 1970 and 1974, and Conservative leader from 1965 to 1975.
Conservative leader.
In August 2015, more than a dozen UK police forces began investigating multiple allegations of child sexual abuse by Heath, but cited the high cost of doing so to be a prohibitive concern.
Nice.
So he got off with it because he didn't want to spend the cash to investigate. Fucking wonderful.
What an
There's British
absolute
politics for you.
dick.
Well done. Fucking hell. Boris, what have you got?
Angers me. I have got Philip Kirk, and if this isn't a nonce, I don't know what
Let me
is.
see that face. He's oh wow.
Oh, bless.
He's even got the glasses.
looking little cunt.
You know those glasses? Like was it Dennis Nielsen? Remember the
Yes,
serial
from
killer?
Peterhead. No, for the Brock.
For the Brock guy. Fucking
Aye, so
same.
I if I show you my driver's license, I think I'd look like him.
well, I mean, I've said it before. Born 1993, self-confessed paedophile. Like, you know, like self-confessed macaroni lover. Like, you know what I mean? Like, self-confessed music lover. Self-confessed paedophile.
Jesus, man.
Wrote to the Home Secretary asking for child sex to be... Sorry. He wrote to the Home Secretary, 51, by the way, so he's 51 in the pack, the Home
Is he?
Secretary at the time,
Holy shit.
asking for
Jesus.
child sex to be legalised. Previously convicted, age 18, for breaking into a primary school to steal PE kits. Within days of leaving prison, had downloaded child porn.
Jesus.
hell.
Jailed for how long?
Oh, 2 years.
3 months.
4 years.
Fuck's sake. Speaking of
I'm horrified at that.
speaking of numbers in the pack, Sir Edward Heath, number 1.
Oh, top tier.
Top tier.
Well,
I can't
Super
even cope with
enabler.
that.
so
We need a jingle. Pow, 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 pow. Super enabler.
super enabler.
I'm going to work on that. Right, okay.
Right, so super enabler. Power 11. The least powerful super enabler.
So they're not even good at this
Even
then.
Jesus
shit at
Christ.
being a cunt.
Holy shit.
The Church of England.
Oh.
Number 47 of the pack. Formed 1534.
Uh-huh.
According to Judge Sally Cahill, QC, systemic failures of the Church of England to respond properly to allegations of child sex abuse have led to the worldwide abuse of children. Their failures have possibly allowed you to win this round. Discard.
Good Lord. Discard. Oh, well, that's out of the
It's
pack.
hanging
That's
heavy again.
wild.
lads.
Ladies and gentlemen,
That
that
did-
has been
yeah.
top notch. Good Lord.
Jesus
It's
fuck.
one of the equally impressive and also
Still
most
not the drag
horrible-
queen.
Still not.
That-
Not a single one, eh?
yeah, so far
Well,
we've not found
I'm
a single
shocked.
drag queen.
Not a
and
drag queen
one
or
of one of
Or
them-
transvestite.
Transvestite. That's our transsexual.
Yeah.
Not a single one. We've got more emails. We've got one here from. We've got one here. Hi guys, I can't believe I'm sending this. I've written it out 3 separate times and chickened out, but I'm obsessed with your podcast. And every time someone says this is the most humiliating thing that's ever happened to me, I think, yeah, I've got one too. So I was broke. We're talking like declining a pint at the pub broke. I had a date coming up and wanted to do some grooming. I normally go to a proper salon, but this time I thought, how hard could it be
What
to
kind of
wax
grooming?
yourself?
Oh, yeah, I was thinking other kind of agreement too, yeah.
I bought a DIY Brazilian waxing kit off Amazon,
Oh, so this is a woman.
watched 3 YouTube tutorials, poured myself a glass of wine and gave it a go. It was going okay. I mean, I'd broken a sweat, screamed into a pillow, and nearly passed out at one point, but it was working. Until I got cocky, I applied a fresh strip way too far in, right between the lips. The sacred zone. I waited the recommended 10 seconds, and then pulled.
Ripped your clit off.
And I don't know how else to say this, but I thought I'd ripped my actual vagina off. I saw stars. I dropped the strip, fell backward into the radiator, made a noise that startled my neighbour's dog. There was blood, not loads, but enough that I had to make me panic. I put on a dressing gown and called 999.
Yep.
And the nurse I finally spoke to asked me to describe the injury site. I couldn't say the word labia without crying. Eventually, she told me to go to urgent care if the bleeding didn't stop and to apply pseudocreme and reflect on my choices. Her exact words.
Reflect on your choices.
Nice.
I had to cancel the date. I told him I had a minor spa incident. He asked if it was a chemical peel. I said yes. Anyway, I've learned that I'm not qualified for any sort of beauty treatment that involves wax, heat, or anatomy knowledge.
Yep.
I now go fully natural, and if anyone has a problem with that, they can pay for my salon visit. Thank you for reading this deeply cursed tale. If you read it on the pod, please disguise my voice and name me Susan from somewhere far, far away. Love the show. You guys make me laugh, even when my genitals are in recovery. Sincerely, not Susan. Right.
Not Susan.
Not Susan. Thank you, Susan. I'm loving the fact that the emails that we've been getting, and they're still kind of like trickling
women.
through, but they're either women or it's generally people with like, who've suffered like embarrassing situations.
Yeah.
We're needing a segment to show like embarrassing tales or something we can use these for. You know,
fucking
it's
hilarious.
fucking
Well,
amazing.
kind of started with the Only Man's.
It did, yeah.
Yeah.
The only we could use
Come
only
back to it.
man's,
Yeah.
for all these kind of like sex.
I mean, that
stories.
is pretty manly to try and wax your own
Fucking hell,
divot.
yeah.
Like,
I wouldn't do it.
I
So
think that's.
I once.
It's the Legion of Extraordinary Miscreants, Man of the Week.
I think she wins.
Yep.
Susan,
Well done,
Congratulations,
Susan.
not Susan.
Congratulations, you are the man of the week.
silky, smooth Susan and her ripped in half labia.
Remove clitoris. So I once let a woman epilate my back.
What's that? What?
Just
Oh,
with
yeah,
her
yeah.
little
yeah,
tweezers
yeah.
and pull all the hairs out of it.
Oh, for
You can
fuck's
imagine
sake.
being a Wookiee, how long that took, sort of thing.
Be the size of your fucking back. It'd be
I
like
know,
tar on a
right?
road. Fucking size of that.
You know those garden aerator things you can
Yeah.
fuck us with,
But
I Scarifier.
Well,
I've also, because I mean, like when I was like starting to become a teen,
homosexual.
yes,
Uh-huh.
you know, into my hormones and stuff. All of the men that everybody fancied were like
Trans.
there was not a hair in sight.
There still are,
You know,
to be
it
fair.
was like, and there's me, fucking bear, walking, you know,
Yeah, I've always
walking
been
in covered in a fucking carpet.
I've always been a hairy cunt as
and
well.
yeah, and it's like, and there's always so. I also tried with the chemical. What's
Why?
it? The
Why did you care?
the Veet.
The
and shit
Veet.
like this.
Okay.
I mean,
And,
I started the balls out like.
But
Okay.
Why? I don't want a mouthful of her.
I give them a
Fucking-
bit of the clippers, you know, just to make you.
I used to. So
Oh.
I used to, and I nipped it today, and I holy actual fucking
it
fuck.
bleeds like fuck.
It wasn't even that. I thought I'd torn it open, and then I'm never doing that again. So I've beat it up to the max. Like,
you Veet your balls.
yeah, man.
It says on the box, don't apply to your
Man,
testicles.
I'm not giving a fuck. You see, I've got the stuff I've got to put on my skin every day. I'm not scared of a little bit of heat, and it's no bother. Just don't leave it on too long, and it works fine.
Really?
Silky smooth. I'll show you.
Right. Here's our challenge. Right.
Beat your
Tiny,
balls.
You and I for next show. Beat the balls.
Yes.
We haven't shot in a bucket from height yet.
Nope.
We have sunned our perineums,
Perineums.
but we need to beat our balls.
I've dipped my testicles in soy sauce.
Well,
got into a
so-
full fucking argument with one of our listeners. They went, "No, actually, it's proven."
So-
I said, well, you dip your fucking testicles.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, what I'll say though is, guys, if you're gonna beat them, it's a hard. So I mean, you're both hairy cunts like me. So
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So here's the problem I have is like, where do you stop?
Yes.
Because you don't want to like.
It's going to be visually fucking. You've got
I mean-
a big, massive bald area, and then
yeah,
hair,
so like
legs, and chest
I
and belly
I
and-
trim the top bit, and then I just wax the balls.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Okay.
beat the not wax. Beat
So the Veet's only on the
wax
balls,
balls
not around
and-
the shaft.
Yeah, well, a little bit like the base.
Okay, all right.
And then like a bit on the legs because it gets a bit hairy there. But
Okay,
but like you
okay.
got to like where because otherwise you'd end up with a perfect circle. I'd be like, how hard is it? So
But then, like, the hair on the legs especially, like, because if you go completely hair-free,
Oh, it'd be
the
insane.
hair's giving that kind of, like, almost a rolling
Yeah.
motion. It's like a lubrication, if you will, but it's hair.
Yeah.
You take it all off, that's going to be skin-on-skin clanging.
It's not too bad.
chafing and
But I'll tell you what, it's
sticky.
far less itchy than shaving.
I mean, I'm hairy right up the shaft as well. So it's
Yeah, well, I am. as well.
Okay, on that note, fucking hell, there we go.
Like a dog.
Jesus wept. Ladies and gentlemen, fucking hell. Thank you for hanging around tonight's show. We will catch you again on next week's time. Until then, live your life, be free, and beat your balls. Love you. Fucking hell.
There's nothing quite like a lady like she's flossing.
We fight the noise, extraordinary stand. Miscreants unite in this rebel land.
Yeah.
Better than the new Machine Head album.
Okay.